All right, making sure I'm live before I start yapping and whatnot. So, FanDuel locks in 20 minutes, NASCAR locks in, what is that, 35 or so. Kind of going to plow through these. If you want to start asking questions, feel free to. I'll ramble on and at least say what I want to do for the next 10, and then we'll cover questions. I kind of want to answer anything in case anybody does have some FanDuel questions here. So, for me, there's a lot of ways to go about it. If you're a part of the Patreon, which if you are, thank you very much for coming and supporting Pearce and myself and everything for another year. And if you've been with me for several years, thank you very much. My projections are up. I'm trying to be very aggressive on the very few amount of lines that I'm playing today. I'm doing 2 on FanDuel, 3 on DraftKings. I want to just mention that the $10 that is up right now pays out pretty decently. I wish there's more contests like that. So if you're still looking for a contest, or if you want to throw more in there, the $10 right now is paying 25% of the field. So I thought that was actually I was shocked to see that type of payout structure here. So for me, let's address the people that I personally don't want to be on, not only because they're going to be chalky, but just I don't really want to goof around with them. Austin Cindric was incredibly slow in the heats and the duels. If you look, and let me make sure. When we look at so what I did is I looked at all the separate like 3 sessions that everybody had on the track yesterday. I mainly focused on the last one, which was late in the evening when the temperature was down and everything. Austin Cindric was the slowest car on track when we look at the averages. I think I was looking at averages over like 58 miles per hour at the line or somewhere around there. BJ McLeod, JJ Yaley, Cody Ware, Keselowski, Stenhouse, Suarez was faster. Austin Cindric was the slowest car on track at the end of the practice sessions yesterday. I do not want to play Austin Cindric. I'm not going to play AJ Allmendinger. Hey, AJ, I understand last year we had to keep talking you off the cliff, so you didn't kill yourself in the car, but now you can't just be roid raging at everybody moving you out of the way because you're slow. Okay, if you weren't slow, they wouldn't be moving you out of the way. I'm not playing AJ. I don't necessarily want to play Todd Gilliland, the driver that I want to play, that I'm focusing on in the back, that I'm going to be 100% on. I mean, I'm not doing a lot of lines. And there's actually 2 people back here that I just want to be 100% on, and that is Ty Gibbs and Michael McDowell. Yes, Michael McDowell's speed in the LCQ, that's not what is leaning me towards this. I just like the range that he's in. He's starting 21st. He's right around Chase Elliott. He's right around Christopher Bell. He's around Suarez, Jones, Harvick in that starting range. I think McDowell has the better car between Suarez, Jones, Elliott, and Bell, and he should come in with lesser ownership there. I don't want to go with Chase Elliott. We've seen him just not have speed this week. I'm not playing Christopher Bell yet again. They're missing the setup. It's going to be very difficult to pass here. 150 laps. I understand we might get stupid. We might have guys moving people out of the way, but when we look at how this race is going to play out, it's going to be very, very difficult to make passes and gain positions. I would just rather not play anybody who I think is going to carry ownership back here. Whereas like Ty Gibbs, look, if he was able to qualify, he most likely would have started probably like 3rd or 4th in like heat number 2 or some sort, and he would be starting at least like 14, 13, 12, somewhere around there. I want to be 100% on Ty Gibbs. That's just where I'm at. I like McDowell. Going past that, Logano is a guy that I'm just hard fading. I don't think it's insane. If you look at the projections that I have in terms of where I have people finishing and stuff like that, I think I don't think I'm being like insane. I'm giving a lot of these drivers in the back, from like 10th on back, I'm giving them several positions. Like I'm giving people decent, place differential gains anywhere from like 6 to 9 to 10 places forward. And I just don't foresee Logano really plowing through the field and winning this race or finishing top 5. I think we're going to at least need 5 of your 6 drivers finishing either in the top 10 or top 13 for sure. I think anything else past there, I'm not dealing with it. And salary isn't a concern. I'm not concerned about spending all $50,000 on drivers. So I'm just trying to get as many plays that I think can finish top 13 as possible. When we start looking at people who I think people are going to gravitate towards, who people are wanting to, drive up through the field, Tyler Reddick is an interesting play, starting 11th. Yes, he's going to have speed. We saw him right behind Denny Hamlin in heat number 2. And what I liked about the heat races more than the LCQs is that the heats really showed you where people were. Like the reason why I'm kind of interested in Tyler Reddick is because he was right behind Denny Hamlin, and it's realistic that I can see Reddick going from 11th to like getting up to 5th or some sort at some point in this race. Okay, he's really the main guy that I'm kind of leaning towards that I could realistically see going from 11th to win this race. He's about the only one there. Sure, we can see Larson move up and finish around 9th or 8th. I can say the same thing with Blaney, Pearce. Reddick's really the only one that I'm concerned on. However, I don't want to just have an overabundance of Reddick, mainly due to the fact that we have Eric Almirola, Truex, and Hamlin starting up front. Okay. The way that I'm kind of building lines is, as I said, I'm only doing 3 on DraftKings. I have 2 with Truex, 1 with Eric Almirola, 1 with Denny Hamlin. There's a realistic chance that, depending on how the start goes, okay, Eric Almirola can walk away with this. He can very easily lead 60 laps here. He could very easily, especially if we don't have a yellow early, all it takes is, even if he's side by side with Truex at some point, he'll have the advantage on the bottom. The only way Eric Almirola does not walk away with this race to start off is if he gets bumped by Denny Hamlin in the first 2 laps. And that would cause Eric Almirola to slide up into Truex, and it would probably allow Denny Hamlin to fight for the lead at some point or get the lead. I think Eric Almirola has a real chance of just walking away with the start of this race. Okay. Anything that happens towards the end of the race, that's, I can't really prepare for that. But Eric Almirola, Truex, and Hamlin should be the only people that I can realistically see leading the race. If all 3 of those drivers are not leading, either removed, wrecked, gotten out of the way, this race has gotten insane. Okay. Those are the fastest cars. With Truex, everybody sees it. Okay. When I look at the practice laps, it's Truex, it's Denny Hamlin. Those are the fastest cars at the end of practice yesterday. Who was the fastest in the duels? Who was the fastest in the heat? Who is everybody seeing that has speed? It's Truex, it's Hamlin. Okay. So I like Eric Almirola because he's starting first. He's going to have the advantage. As I said, we saw last year, the leader on the restart to pull away. It's very, very difficult to pass. Okay. I imagine most of the fast laps will end up going to whoever is leading the field until we get into the back half of the field when we start going through lap traffic and things like that. But that's kind of how I'm looking at it. Okay. Yeah, those are my main takeaways. Everybody else that I'm kind of on, I'm just trying to get off of some higher owned guys in the back who can offer me place differential plays. On FanDuel, I'm kind of just, if I miss on the lap leader, I understand the lineup is not gonna cash. Okay. I like Truex on FanDuel. I'm not really chasing anybody else there. I think Truex eventually, if he doesn't get spun, Truex should win this race. I think that's just how it is. Shout out to him and Sherry for ending their relationship. Kind of unfortunate there. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Let's see what you guys want to talk about. Thank you very much for being here, by the way. 140 of you guys here. Please do consider, I understand we're 12 minutes away from FanDuel locking. I just had somebody join the Patreon, so let me go ahead and add you to the sheets and everything. But if you want to support me, support Pearce, the work that we do. Nobody else is building or making preseason videos. Everybody else is kind of mailing it in. They just kind of remembered, hey, NASCAR starts like 3 days ago. Okay. Pearce and I have been working our tails off the month of January, making videos, making sure the sheets look good, making sure everything is running well. So please do consider supporting us and everything. Let me try and fly through these real fast. JJ, woo, we're back. Room. David, happy to have you back. Mark, I'm glad to be back too. Thank you very much for being here. Back Chalk. If you think this race gets crazy, if this race does get incredibly stupid, it's with like 20 laps to go. Okay. If that's the case, they're most likely taking out the leaders who have been leading the entire race. Okay. I don't like building for that type of race. That's very hard to predict. It's like building for a truck race that turns into a wreck fest at the very end. Like I can't really bother building lines for that. And so I'm not like stacking from the back or anything. As I said, I think we should try and imagine a lineup. If you can realistically see all your drivers at least finishing top 13, I think that's how you should go. I don't think it should necessarily be like, I need to play all these good guys in the back or blah, blah, blah. Like, we can realistically see somebody, there's a real chance. Let me just look real fast. There's a real chance like Christopher Bell can have like 10 place differential points and not be optimal, So I don't think we should be necessarily chasing just pure place differential. and things like that. Kyle, happy to have you. Oh no, I hope my mic is working. I'm assuming you guys can hear me. This just terrified me because I was just yapping on the entire time. Let me make sure actually. Let me unmute YouTube. Cool. Yeah, my mic's going through. Man, you can't type no mic here, dude. That's terrifying. What are you doing there? Jim, join the Patreon to have at least my idea of the top 6 guys. Thank you very much, JJ. For cash, I would play First off, this is just me. Don't waste time playing cash. That's just how my mentality is. That's how I approach it. I don't really have much of a bankroll management aspect. I just look, if I got $1,400 to play during the month, hopefully I don't burn through all that in the first 3 weeks or something like that. Like even tonight, what are we doing? What do I got today real fast? I got $103 on DraftKings. I got like 24 on FanDuel, somewhere around there. So I would much rather just put that towards GPP rather than goofing around with cash. In terms of cash, I would not play Eric Almirola in cash. I don't believe that is a very safe play, because if he gets wrecked, you're just SOL. Cash is you're supposed to play the safe quote unquote plays that are like gonna not screw you over if they spin out. Thank you very much for being here. I do appreciate it. Kyle Busch or Bell for DK cash. I assume everybody is going to play Bell in cash. I would just kind of avoid it, to be honest. Like I wouldn't play Bell anywhere, but yet again, I don't play cash, so I'm probably not the right person to ask you there. I like tournament mentality, man. It's very hard for me to wrap my head around of like, okay, let me not build what I think can be the highest scoring line. Let me try and limit myself to playing safe guys. That just, no, that doesn't make sense for me. It actually, if I was playing cash, I would probably focus on Blaney, Pearce, Logano, and Harvick. I would probably play those 4 guys in a cash line if I was doing that. Eric Jones didn't get to Jones. He looks slow and aggressively, being an aggressive progressive, looking at how these guys are in terms of speed. I don't think Jones has the speed to pay it off. That's just how it is. I got him projected for 35 points. We also have to remember that projections tonight, outside of the lap leader, going to be extremely close. We are going to have literally the entire field probably between 35 DraftKings points and probably 48 DraftKings points. Okay, so it is going to be incredibly tight. I'm not getting Jones. That's just where I'm at there. Ryan, happy to have you here. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And sorry, I'm just blowing. I'm slowly getting to the super chats, but thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dave. I do appreciate it. Michael Curtis, one of the more consistent supporters throughout the entirety of last season. Thank you very much for returning. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much for the super chat. If the music is too loud, you're just too old. I don't know. I don't listen to Cypress Hill, but I've always heard that. The music is too hot, you're just too old. I don't know. Blaney, yeah. Head to head between Kyle Busch, I'm not playing Kyle Busch. If you're thinking of Kyle Busch or Blaney, I would focus on Blaney. He got through the field incredibly good. He had his queue time disallowed. Okay, getting through the field is something that we want to look at. Actually, on FanDuel, let me check. Let me look real fast. I know I have 100% of Blaney on FanDuel. Again, it's two lineups, 100%. It's not, it's not great. It's not insane, but I like Blaney on both sides. I very much think he should be a guy that you should play. Thank you, Ryan, for saying that. 130 of you guys still here. I do appreciate it. We're getting pretty close to the lock of FanDuel. Kind of talked about it here. Kind of mentioned the guys that I think you should go. Wes, thank you very much for being here. Alex Bowman, the showman, starting 5th. No way. If Bowman is leading laps and winning, that means Eric Almirola, Truex, Hamlin, Byron, they've all been taken out. I can't build for that situation there. Harvick versus Reddick. I would probably go with Tyler Reddick. Head to head between those 2 drivers. That's where I would go. Ken, happy to have you here. Thank you very much. Gibbs, Ty Gibbs, Jesus, the man himself, Ty Gibbs freaking rules. Okay, kid can drive. And I know you guys might not like him a lot, but Ty Gibbs can drive. Okay, the fact that this car was on fire yesterday and that they got it going, and he was like the fact that he had, yeah, sure, okay, yeah, he came in from the LCQ, but he had to start DFL and everything. Like I like Ty Gibbs specifically when you look at a pivot off of Elliott and Bell. I think he should play a lot of Ty Gibbs. That's just where I'm at there. I mean, I think that's good. I don't know. Like I said, I don't play cash. Why do people ask me cash questions? I'm sorry. I'm probably not the right person to be asking cash questions from. I mean, Elliott, Bell, Hamlin. I wouldn't play Byron in cash. I would not play Byron in cash. I'd switch Byron for literally anybody between 11th and 18th. Other than that, I think that line's fine. Mark, thank you for being back. I do appreciate it. Haven't missed much, man. I'm just here. How many laps is it? 150. Thank you very much. I'm glad that I entertain people as well. And I'm going to try and bump the the edgy humor down a little, but I still hope I can make people laugh. BVP, thank you very much for being here again. Thank you very much for the support. Look, last year we had several $500 donations. The fact that we are in a very short stream and I'm already getting super chats should tell you guys enough. Like, I don't go on Twitter. I mean, I've shared some stuff, I've advertised here and there, but like, look, the donations, the chat, everything speaks for itself. If you guys want people who do this full time, this is all I do. If you want to talk to me during the week, consider supporting me on Patreon. But thank you very much, BVP. Happy to have you back. Best of luck this year. Hope you get some more big wins. Dylan, I just can't get to Austin Dillon. I would rather play. I'd rather play Reddick. Rather play Larson. Rather play Blaney. Like, the main focus of a lot of my lines, in terms of like Bubba Wallace, I'm not playing Briscoe. Don't want to play Blaney. I'd much rather just move down like 4 positions and focus in the team's drivers and stuff like that. Andy, happy to have you back. Who I got for the win? Truex. I like Truex a lot. I think if he doesn't win, I think it's because he's moved out of the way. So I think that'd be hilarious if he wins this race, man. After just not winning last year, not having Sherry there, I think that'd be awesome. Do you see how happy Truex is? Like, this isn't me talking crap or anything, because everybody kind of understood. I was never like marry Sherry or not marry her. I don't really care. You guys do what your point is. But the thing that caught me is like Sherry, speak of this realistically, okay? Sherry has been diagnosed. She's been very vocal lately that she's kind of out of like options. So they're in their relationship. I don't feel like that was like Truex's view or like what he wanted to do. I don't know. I feel like she kind of just like said like, hey, not going to make it. I guess go out there. I don't know. But Truex seems really happy. It is insane. Like, have you guys seen him in interviews this week? Like, the man has changed. Last year he was like depresso espresso, and now he's just like a changed dude. It'd be really cool if he could win it. Whatever it is. I don't know what this is referring to. Bubba Wallace. I start an 8th. No, not for me. All right, we're giving full GPP line. Remember back in the day, throwback, and FanDuel's about to lock. Remember back in the day where like if anybody mentioned or showed lines anywhere, you got banned, like on those sites and shit. I still don't post my lines anywhere, but like Jalen, man, I don't know. It's like playing poker and telling people what your cards are. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Anyway, Bell, Hellman, Truex, Blaney, Gibbs, Byron. What is with the Byron plays today, man? Was Byron fast anywhere? He won heat number 4. Okay, I didn't see him very quick. In fact, the only reason he pulled away in heat number 4 is because everybody else was killing themselves in heat 4. Like, I just look, Byron ain't for me. I got some Larson here, not a priority. I think he is on the higher end of the 40s in terms of projections, but he's not a priority for me. More fans at an LA Chargers game than at the Coliseum right now. Yeah, I mean, dude, the Coliseum is empty. It's pretty nuts. It's slowly filling up. But man, just kind of I look, for me, if I was in LA, I'd be here for sure. terms of a racing event, it's kind of, I don't know, man. The racing kind of sucks, especially when you guys just pull away. It's only fun in the heats because everybody's moving their way out of the way. Everyone's moving everybody out of the way. 120 of you guys still here. Thank you very much. DraftKings locks in 14 minutes and 24 seconds. Look forward to. I know, man, dude. I cannot wait for Daytona. I can't wait. Let's wreck some stuff. Let's have a good time. Let's see some flips. Let's put somebody in the catch fence. Pearce versus Bubba tonight. That's a very interesting one. I would honestly go with Pearce. We saw what he did last year in this car, and I'm not looking back at like, oh my God, 1-to-1 ratio between this year and last year. Everybody knows that. But in terms of what Pearce can do, in terms of what his specialty is, a lot of people want to focus that he was in the Truck Series last year, very good intermediates, but like, look, he's a wheel-and modified guy. All right, short tracks. And I understand everybody goes through short tracks. I understand that literally everybody starts on short tracks. Like if I'm like, oh, he's a short track guy. Well, Harvick is a short track guy. Everybody starts on short tracks. But Pearce, I think these cars race at this speed specifically very similar to a wheel modified. I like Pearce here. I think he can very easily score anywhere between 40 and probably 46 points today. I would honestly rather play Pearce than Bubba Wallace. If you're betting, I don't know if that's a bet. I like Pearce more than Bubba. First time playing NASCAR DFS, playing 3 max. Do you pick a few core guys and mix them? Yeah, pretty much. It really depends. Look, like normally I do 20 lines for everything, and I'm very aggressive. I usually have a pretty small-ish pool, around like 17, 16-ish drivers or so. Here, it's kind of a crapshoot. I'm only doing 3 lines, but typically I'd usually play a few core guys, whether that be my lap leaders I want to focus on, a place differential play that I like, a low owned play specifically for like truck and Xfinity that I think people should be playing, but they're not. Like that's usually how aggressive I am. It's not necessarily like my highest predicted driver being like the core guy or whatever. It's usually just based on how I think I want to approach thing there. Welcome to the show, Travis. Welcome to DFS, and welcome to having a race be over, and then the shotgun in the corner looking more and more like a toothbrush after every race. So get ready for that. Happy to have you back, Wes. Briscoe, just not playing Briscoe. That's where I'm at. I don't want to play this as a plate race. I want to try and get a main lap leader here. And it's not even stacked from the back. Like, as I said, Gibbs, McDowell, probably the farthest back guys I want to play. I don't want to play Elliott, don't want to play Bell, don't want to play Gill and AJ, Cindric. I'll let other people play them. Hopefully they go a lap down, and I want to at least try and get different with my lines there. Thank you very much. Truex going. Man, that'd be awesome. Not playing Bubba. 170 guys still here. Thank you very much. Let's see. I don't know, man. If he's happy here, like, I don't know. He's he might not retire. I like Truex. I mean, the dude, look, Truex is one of the only guys who like dresses outside of like wearing the fire suit. He dresses in stuff that I would wear. Like he had alligator shoes on at Phoenix a few years ago. I wear nothing but boots because I got big feet. Like I respect guys like that. Like if you're wearing sneakers, that's fucking lame, dude. And I want a guy who wears boots. I trust the man who wears boots. All right, like Truex is cool. Yeah, Larson. I mean, the guy's starting 14th. Larson's not going to win the race. I don't necessarily like MRN interviews of any sort like that. Like it's always like, hey, Kyle Larson, how you doing tonight? And Larson's gonna be like, I'm just not very confident in the car. Like there's no way we're gonna win. Yeah, but I think Larson can still finish 8th or 9th. Very poor performance in a 27 car field, but in terms of DFS, in terms of pricing doesn't matter. If Larson ends up being the 6th highest scoring driver, depending on who the other guys are, he can still be optimal at his price. So value, everything in this instance doesn't really matter for me. Eagles, best of luck to you as well. Thank you for being here. Cindric can play. Personally, for me, I'm not playing him. He's very slow. Can Dinger make up enough spots? I'm not playing him. For me, he's very slow. Yeah, those electric vehicles are going to be awesome. Who will win a fight? What the heck is this? Who will win a fight if Bubba crashes Tiger this year? Who do you want to see fight with that? I mean, Gibbs fights like I would. He keeps his helmet on. I hope he just headsbutts people. Like Gibbs is awesome. Even in the TV when Waltrip went up into the holler, like, dude, Gibbs is freaking awesome, dude. And I love that he's in the 54. That's my number. Hell yeah. I'm so glad the 54 is back in NASCAR. And Gibbs is there. between him and Gregson, I'm going to enjoy NASCAR again. I'm a huge Gibbs fan. Blaney or Larson, between those two, I think it's Blaney. Yeah. Let's see. Truex is my favorite driver. I was so patient. Yeah, that sucked. He was so close. I think we've about covered everything DFS wise, but I'm gonna probably go ahead and end it somewhat in probably the next 3 minutes. If you guys have any other comments or any other questions, feel free to drop them. But yeah, thank you guys very much for being here. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for so many people waiting for this show to go live. Thank you very much. And consider, like I said, join the Patreon, supporting Pearce, supporting myself, supporting the work that we do. And I'm looking forward to this season. I'm really excited. Let's see. I don't know. I think it'd be a good fight between those two. Tail of the tape would probably lean Bubba, but I don't know. I think, have you seen Gibbs swings, man? He knows how to swing. Thank you very much for being here, boys. And let's see. Was there in person Gibbs in that fire? That was pretty nuts. Justin Haley starting ninth, not for me. That's just where I'm at. However, I would, in terms of Haley, I would play him over Briscoe. I'd play him over Kyle Busch. I would play him over Bubba Wallace. I'd play him probably over Austin Dillon as well. So if you're personally, for me, if I would have a line that had Kyle Busch, Briscoe, Wallace, Austin Dillon, I would probably play Haley over those individuals. But that's just me. That's how I would see. Reddick, I'd look. I've kind of talked about Reddick enough. I got him in one of my 3 lines. Not a priority for me. As I said, I like the guys in the teens more. That's where I'm at there. I'm gonna go ahead and end it there. Enjoy the last 8-ish minutes before DraftKings locks, and thank you guys very much for being here and joining me for the first live show of the year. Very quickly, yet again, BVP. Thank you very much for the support. I'm glad you're back, and thank you very much for the super chat. Mike Curtis, thank you very much for the support. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the super chat, and I will see you guys for Daytona. Best of luck tonight, boys, guys, y'all, whatever is more comfortable with you guys hearing. See you guys later.